Good Friday morning on this August 1st. Boy, we've had a cold front that has cycled through the area, cleansing our atmosphere. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. And here's our streaming platform. We do each weekday at 8:30 in the morning. So we appreciate you on board. We're on Facebook. Of course, we're on all of our platforms out there. I'm going to take some of these full here in a moment. The heat advisories are out. In fact, I don't see any heat advisories out over the next 9 to 10 days, so quite a heat break. We only had several days in July, which we'll inspect in a moment, where we had high temperatures generally below 90, but those extend down through Birmingham to about Huntsville, Alabama, and then through good portions there of Georgia, but does not include anybody here regionally. So I'll push that over a bit. I want to bring you up to date on the air quality because we do have an air quality alert, mainly across southern Illinois, but that's going to end as we go into the afternoon. So, and this is due to the wildfire smoke that's going up in Ontario, southern stretches of Manitoba, and then southern stretches of Saskatchewan. This hasn't been a big issue because we've had the southerly winds recently now. They have shifted and robust winds out of the north. So all this air is coming in from Canada. And so these will end at 2:45. For all of our friends, if you're traveling to Chicago, Toronto, Minneapolis, St. Paul, up through Wisconsin, but does cover all of southern Illinois. Keep in mind the Edwards County Fair is going on, so generally, but the weather is generally going to cooperate, but that goes officially until 2:45 on the air quality alerts. And let's take a look at this is the wildfire smoke outlook. Yeah, it's showing some haze across the area. And I think overall, a lot of this sets up to our west. See those darker shades of blue up through central stretches of Illinois. It's been a while since we've run this. And I'm going to bring you up to date. Now, the heat index for the first time since about mid-June, the heat index and temperature will be right together. This is pretty much going to match our temperature. There is a case that you can even have a reverse heat index with low humidity, but typically you see that during the fall. So I'll take that full. I appreciate everybody tuning in. We're going to have Mitch and Casey along with a look at the news. Doppler radar. Well, just a shout out to our friends there in Owensville. It's going to look great. They got rides there for the Watermelon Festival. They have the parade there on Saturday. Looks good for the Hopkins County Fair, which gets started today. Have some showers working back into Dallas, but no problems there at the gate in Dallas. Some lightning in eastern Oklahoma, and it's a pretty quiet map across the board. And then we do have those clouds that have thinned out that have worked down into Tennessee overall. Let's take a look at the almanac page. We're headed for a high of 82. The last time we were at 82, we had a cloudy and rainy day. That was on Saturday, July 19th. So it's been a while that we have had temperatures in the lower 80s and actually have featured some sunshine. We haven't done that, as I mentioned, since mid-June. 100 in 1935, more on 1935 in a moment, and 54, good for the record low, in 1971. On this date in 1935, the 1930s were known as a hot decade as far as temperatures. One day at 100, that was on the 1st, and the only day at 100 in 1935 we talked about was on July 31st, and then had 5 days at 100 or greater. The hottest days of the year came that year in 1935 in September, just before fall. Remember, 1996 was a year that we had our hottest days actually in September, and it only reached 77 and then 75 on the 1st and 19th in 1932. If you want more record rainfall in 1934 of 1.99 in the rain gauge. Well, let's take a look at the scorecard here. We finished yesterday with that 87, even lower today. Only a handful of days that were below 90. And it was the second hottest. Jeff had a good map on this since going back the last 30 years. The only one hotter in the last 30 years was back in 2012. And I believe it was the fourth rainiest, although it's been fairly dry. We had a few emails on this today, and the last 10 days or so we haven't had much in the way of rain. Here's a look at our current temps. We're working out these clouds. We're only at 70, 72 in Madisonville, 67 in Fairfield. You know, earlier this week we had the heat index up as high as 115 during that stretch. Laura's watching down in Dawson Springs. We appreciate you. Thanks for the folks that are tuning in on our stream. And as I mentioned, Gail, good morning to you. Cheyenne, good morning to you as well. Yesterday at this time, we had a dew point of 76. Look at this, 63. So you haven't stepped outdoors. Maybe you're getting a walk or jog in this morning. You're good to go. 70 at the airport. We bottomed out at 69 this morning. 63 in Fort Wayne. And we have 75 in Memphis. So temps, Columbus discovering the mid-60s. The cloud guidance is still up there, but it's thinned out. We had these high-level clouds and low-level clouds in here, so generally we'll be into mostly sunny skies as we go through the day. Shout out to the Hopkins County Fair. I believe the ride's open there at 5 p.m. What a day to start the county fair. They're still going up in Edwards County as well, and this will go for a while, but a nice day. Decent weather for that. And if you're out working, mowing, whatever you're doing outdoors, 82 for this afternoon. You're good to go. The next chance for some downtime would be those scattered thunderstorms on Monday afternoon, but not a big drencher. Cooler, 82. I'm going to cycle through this pretty quickly. 61. The last time we had morning lows in the 50s, the lower 50s on June 1st and 2nd. So it's been a while since we've had lows generally in the lower 60s. You have to go back to early June. Andromeda sunshine, 82 for a high. Looks good for Strassenfest, Germania, all the festivals that are going on. So I'm going to go through this here pretty quickly. Winds will be out of the north, and those clouds generally will be hovering along the Kentucky-Tennessee border. A breeze at 15 to 20. If you have some patio furniture out, some long items like that, you could have a gust up to 20 to 25. And as we go through tonight, those breezes stay up. Some of you probably opening the windows, lower 60s as we go through Saturday morning. And pretty much the same for Saturday, a fair amount of sunshine. In fact, dew points on Saturday will be in the upper 50s during the morning. Sunday, a case for just slightly warmer conditions on Sunday. A few clouds, a stray shower. I put in a 10% chance of a shower, mainly along the Ohio River and then into western Kentucky. And that's on Sunday night. And then Monday we'll have chances for showers and storms. But this is August, folks. 82 for this afternoon, 82 on Friday. And then as we go into Monday, those scattered chances for showers and storms. Yeah, Cheyenne, it feels amazing out there. Good morning to you there, Sharon. Laura, thanks for watching down there in Dawson Springs. And it looks to be an excellent weekend. A lot going on. Final weekend for Friday after 5. But everything is below 90. Then we start to get up into seasonable territory as we go into next week. Enjoy your weekend. Mitch and Casey are on deck. They're going to be here in a moment. Looking forward to that. Good seeing you guys. They'll have more in a moment.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Well, good morning, and thanks for joining us here for the news portion of the 8:30 stream show. I'm Mitch Carter.
That's right. I'm Casey Mason. We appreciate you joining us here on this Friday. Can't believe it's already August 1st. I swear the month of July flew
Came
by.
quick.
I know we're talking about fall and stuff. I'm like, slow your roll. Hang on. Give it a minute. But it almost feels like fall out there. Byron's laughing. It was crazy this morning heading in to work when it's just got that a little bit of a chill
Well,
in the air.
yeah.
Dare I say, a
I know.
chill after just that oppressive heat.
It wasn't even chilly. It was just we're so used to it being 90 degrees
Yes.
at 3 in the morning that
That's what it
70
is.
something was insane. So
I know,
yeah,
we're going
we'll
to need our
take that.
winter coats when it's barely 70. All right, we're going to get to a few headlines here. We'll go ahead and kick things off with an event that's happening today. So you guys may be familiar with this, but for those of you who aren't, we're going to share some information here because this is a great cause happening today. An annual school supply drive is happening in Owensboro. Officials with Davis County Public School and Owensboro Public Schools will be at both Walmart locations for what's called Stuff the Bus. So this is going to be happening from 11 to 5, and for a full list of items that they're requesting, you can visit 14news.com. And we do have a reminder, though, for you Owensboro students, you're going to head back to class on next Thursday. That'll be August 7th. And, don't get mad at the messenger here. We're just letting you know. So.
Yeah, and that event's always so cool out there. They've got the kind of the tent set up there. You can go
Yes.
grab a list. I know we've, pretty much every year have got like a live presence out there, and we talk to folks what a cool event that is, and the impact they have there is really, really great. And of course, moving on to some weekend events
That's
here.
right.
Beautiful weekends in store for us here, as Byron just said. Several events happening across the tri-state, starting off right here in Evansville, where Germania Manicore's annual summer tradition is underway. The Volksfest has been a community favorite for 63 years, celebrating traditional German food, beer, music, and activities. The opening ceremonies and live bands kicked things off last night. The half-pot sales will also be running throughout the weekend. Plus, a big thing here, back to school, just talking about it, they've got a back-to-school bash planned for tomorrow. Club members tell us while Volksfest is fun, it's really all about the community.
The good thing about the Volksfest is it does help us to run the club. The building is over 100 years old, so that takes a lot. But we also do a lot of mission work in that we do things to support our neighbors. So it's being a big part of this community is what is a key part of why I'm still here.
Well, the festival will be going on until Saturday. Admission is free until 4 with an entry charge after 4 being $5.
All right, and this next one takes us over to the Strassenfest. Let's talk about this event for a little bit here. It's over there in Du Bois County, no stranger to you.
That's
attending
right.
That
I've
event,
seen it.
Sir. The German Heritage Festival has been held in Jasper every year since 1979. There are plenty of activities, including German-inspired food, games, and a half pot. And right now, the total for the half pot is just over $63,000. Tickets are on sale through August 13th. If you'd like to go check this one out, lots of fun over there.
Absolutely. And finally here down in Madisonville, Hopkins County Fair getting underway today. The gates and rides open tonight at 5:30. At 6, the Rabbit Show begins. Then at 7, you have the Little Miss and Mr. Pageant and the Top Dog Demolition Derby. Then at 8, Clayton Q will take the stage at Scott's Pavilion. If you can't make it out today, the fair does run until next Saturday, August 9th, so plenty of time to get out there and enjoy the festivities.
Yeah, we pulled these stories today because, again, the weather is so delightful. And, of course, there's always a lot going on in the tri-state, but specifically right now as we come to an end of the summer here, lots of festivals, fairs, events. And, of course, we know there's other stuff going on around the tri-state. We don't want to leave you out, but those are just a
Absolutely.
few that we pulled because we can't get to all of them.
Too much going on.
That's right. What's the fair that's also happening? Edwards County Fair. I want to shout them out. They're also happening this week. So again, we don't want to leave anyone out, but those are just a few events that we talked about this morning on the news and wanted to kind of relay that information back out there one more time in case you want to check them out.
Absolutely. And speaking of the good
That's
weather
right.
and events, we've got another one here for you.
One more.
We talk about this all the time here. It's the
Yes.
big one. It's the last one, Friday after 5. Season finale is tonight. Let me get this font off the screen here so you can see that full graphic up there. So starting at 5 o'clock tonight, the Kroger Street Fair opens up on Veterans Boulevard. Then Casey at 6:05. You can see Andrea
Heyo.
Rich and Busted Flat on the Overlook stage. And then at 7, Will Mosley performs with the Jack Wharf Band and Southern Sirens on the main stage there at McConnell Plaza.
That's right. Byron and I have both been to Friday After 5 this summer, haven't we, sir?
Yes.
Checked it out for sure. I got to hang out with my dad's band there one night. And Byron, you've been there. It's a great event. They even had like a little pony ride section. My daughter got to ride a pony. I mean, it's lots of good time.
Yeah.
Of course, when we went, it was hot, hot, hot. So tonight's just going to be so enjoyable out there. And if you did tune into the news this morning, you'll notice a familiar face. Gabby Knight always joins us on Fridays to promote the night's event. But we were kind of sad because this is our last having Gabby on for Friday. So
And if you haven't made it this year, tonight's the night to do so. It's going to be so nice. They've been rained out a couple of times, had severe weather, of course, had all the hot weather. So if you're curious about it, starts at 5 o'clock, Friday After 5. Makes sense there at Smothers Park in Owensboro. Tonight's the night. Go check it out. See the live performances there. Get some food. Hang out. Really, really cool local event.
That's right. Of course, we want to say hello and good morning to everyone that's taken the time to tune in today and comment. Let's see, Laura Gray says watching from Dawson Springs. And of course, just lots of folks out there. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Cheyenne. Hammond says it feels amazing outside. Yes, it does. And Denise McCarty says, good morning. Love this weather. Amen, Denise. We do too.
Right there with you.
So, yeah. One of our coworkers walked in today. She goes, it feels amazing outside. So, anyways, after that heat wave, I mean, you can see how excited we are.
Yeah,
so
nothing like
this excited, but
nothing
for what
like
we
a
dealt with.
string of alert days to make you really, really enjoy some normal temperatures in July and August. But for now here, we're 8:45. You got anything else you want to add here on the
I
Friday?
don't think so. I mean, I hope everybody has a good weekend out there. We're just kind of taking it easy. Nothing too exciting going on. My nephew Colin will be turning 16 in August. We're in August.
Big birthday.
And so we're going to be getting together, doing a little family pool party get together at my sister's to celebrate him. It's hard to believe he is 16. So happy birthday, Colin Grabby. Shout out to you, sir. He will be behind the wheel soon enough. So wish us luck.
Does that spook you at all? Is that
It terrifies me. He is such a good, smart kid. I know he'll be great. He's been, going to driver's training and practicing.
He's ready.
In fact, the pool party has to be pushed back a little because he has driver's training on Sunday.
There you go.
Sunday. I don't know. But I'm be there to eat birthday cake and celebrate him. And other than that, nothing too crazy going on this weekend. I'm just glad it's Friday.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready to
Me too.
put close the chapter on this week. We're going to shut the book on this week and just relax. And we like to get our sleep as Sunrise folks. That's
Absolutely.
what the weekend's for us. So.
No doubt. Well, right now here, 8:46, we're going to wrap this up. Enjoy the weather out there. As you guys have said in the comments here, it's beautiful. Go out there, enjoy some of the sunshine without being oppressed by it like we normally are for the past 2 weeks here. It feels like 2 months. And we'll see you guys here bright and early on Monday morning.
And hey, since you didn't discuss your weekend plans, I tell you what, you can come over to my house and do some yard work for us.
Perfect.
That sound good? It's
That
going to
sounds
be so
great.
nice.
Yeah, I can take
That's
that.
what you can do this weekend. Just kidding. All right, you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you right back here Monday morning. Stay safe out there and have a wonderful rest of your day.